Happy morning to all. I hope all are safe in your home. I am Mrs. M. Umamageswari, Assistant Professor in Commerce Department, Trinity College for Women, Namakkal. Today we discuss about the goods and services tax. Before we know the GST, first we will understand the Indian tax system. The Indian tax system is broadly classified into two categories. First one is direct taxes and indirect taxes. The direct taxes mean who is directly paid tax to the government is called direct taxes. For example, income tax, corporate tax, wealth tax, etc. Next one is indirect taxes. It can be defined as an taxation on an individual or entity which is ultimately paid by another person. Some of the indirect taxes are levied by the central government. First one is service taxes. Service taxes means paid to the government in exchange for different service received from service provider. Next one is excise duty. It is imposed on goods or produced in India. Third one is central sales tax, that means CST. Central sales tax is imposed on when the goods purchase or sale from one state to another state. And last one is customs duty. Customs duty refers to the tax imposed on when the goods are import or export from one country to another country. And also various indirect taxes are also levied by the state government. First one is value added tax, VAT. A VAT is a consumption tax added to a product sales price. It represents a tax on the value added to the products throughout the production process. Next one is entry tax. Entry tax is a tax on the movement of goods from one state to another state by the state government in India. Third one is octroi. It means a duty on various goods brought into certain towns and cities. And the last one is luxury tax. It means imposed on luxury hotel rooms, etc. All of the above indirect taxes are replaced by GST. What is the meaning of GST? The goods and services tax is a tax levied on most goods and services sold for domestic consumption. The GST is paid by consumers, but it is remitted to the government by the businesses selling the goods and services. The GST Act was passed in the Parliament on 29th March 2017, and this act came into effect on 1st July 2017. Next we discuss about the components of GST. First one is CGST, Central Goods and Services Taxes. The CGST is a tax levied on intrastate supplies of both goods and services by the central government. And second one is SGST, State Goods and Services Taxes. SGST is a tax levied on intrastate supplies of both goods and services by the state government. And the last one is IGST, Integrated Goods and Services Tax. IGST is a tax levied on all interstate supplies of goods and services. Next, we will move on advantages of GST. GST is a transparent tax system. It reduces the number of indirect taxes. The GST will remove the cascading tax system. Cascading means it will reduce the tax on tax. One tax system should be followed in our India. It will reduce the flow of black money in our country. It benefits people as price will come down. The GST will also help to build a corruption-free tax administration. GST reduces the transaction cost. The single taxation point should be followed in our country. The rate of tax export will be reduced. The GST increased collection of CGST and IGST. It increased in foreign direct investment in our country. The GST increased in export and employment opportunities in our nation. It simplifies the tax laws and common market. Many advantages are available in GST even though some demerits are there. First one is GST in India would impact negatively on the real estate market. Next one is there is a no major reduction in the number of tax layers. After GST, garments and clothes should become more expensive one. And last one is the aviation industry would be affected. Aviation means operation of aircraft. Finally, GST being a dynamic and comprehensive legislation which shall replace most of the indirect taxes of our country. Since it is a major indirect tax reforms in India, there would be a new legislation and procedures. It is a biggest reforms till date in our country. I hope all are understood in GS3. Next we will see on another class. Thank you girls. Thank you all.